Sarah Thorenson, a 75-year-old client, came in with her caretaker, a young woman, early 30s. With nearly $500,000 in her accounts, Sarah basically let the caretaker speak for her. They had gotten married in an Illinois courtroom only 7 days ago. Sarah, a recent stroke survivor, couldn't move without a cane and another person. Listen to the story of a caretaker who, after stealing a senior's trust, looked to steal her entire future. This is Fraud in a Moment, and the truth starts now. The marriage license heist: how a caretaker turned love into a weapon. It began with a strange case from the moment they walked in. Miss Sarah Thorenson, a 75-year-old woman, frail from a recent stroke, leaning heavily on her cane and the arm of a much younger caretaker, a woman barely in her 30s. Sarah had nearly $500,000 in her accounts, but she wouldn't speak. She didn't ask questions. She didn't direct the conversation. Her caretaker did all the talking. Then came the document. A marriage license, dated 7 days earlier. The caretaker and the elderly woman had, according to the paperwork, gotten married in an Illinois courtroom just 1 week ago. A 32-year-old woman and a 75-year-old stroke survivor. A union that made every banker in the room pause. The caretaker, Samantha, demanded immediate changes. She wanted to be listed as the beneficiary on all of Sarah's accounts. She wanted access. She wanted control. And she wanted it now. The banker, who saw the danger instantly, called fraud. And while she was on the phone, Samantha kept leaving the building, disappearing for minutes at a time, only to return breathless and agitated. The reason? She had 3 children waiting in an SUV outside. Noticeably agitated, Samantha escalated, shouting accusations, claiming discrimination because she and Sarah were gay, then claiming bias because they were a biracial couple. She insisted Sarah speak up on their behalf, whispering to her rehearsed lines. "Be strong, my dear. Discrimination will not define us. We'll let our love be our guide and see us through difficulty." It was emotional theater, a performance designed to intimidate staff, confuse the victim, and bulldoze through bank safeguards. But no one on the banking side of the equation broke. Eventually, the branch manager stepped in and said flatly, "No." And with one final eruption, Samantha shouted an expletive, then dragged Sarah out the door like she was carrying a clapperboard for a new scene. Still, the entire bank staff was left visibly shaken. Most likely, Samantha, or whomever she really is, will try again, somewhere, perhaps another branch, perhaps another way, with her scam. Built not on technology, not on hacking, but on emotional manipulation, operational pressure, and the exploitation of a vulnerable senior's physical limitations. And a staged marriage designed to steal a lifetime of savings, possible because her victim couldn't fight back, physically, emotionally, or cognitively. What did we learn from this story? 1. Sudden relationships with large age gaps are a major red flag, especially when paired with health or mobility issues. Marriage licenses can be used as tools of financial control. Always verify legitimacy and intent. 3. Caretakers should never speak for you at the bank. Staff should insist on hearing directly from the account holder. 4. Emotional manipulation is a fraud tactic. Claims of discrimination or true love can be used to pressure staff and silence victims. 5. Repeated exits during a financial meeting signal an operational coordination. 6. Stroke survivors and mobility-limited seniors are high-risk targets. They require additional safeguards and oversight. 7. Beneficiary changes should never be rushed. Banks can delay or escalate suspicious requests. 8. Caretakers who move children or other adults into a situation may indicate a larger exploitation network. 9. Always involve a trusted family member or advocate in major financial decisions. 10. Love should never require surrendering your financial independence. She didn't need passwords. She didn't need hacking tools. She needed a marriage license, a vulnerable senior, and a story rehearsed well enough to weaponize sympathy. Fraud doesn't always hide behind a screen. Sometimes it walks into a bank holding a cane, whispering about love and demanding access to $500,000. When someone speaks for you, controls your movements, controls your documents, controls your story, that is not love. That is fraud. This has been Fraud in a Moment, where we expose the schemes hiding in plain sight and give you the tools to protect what's yours. Until next time, stay alert, stay steady, and remember, protect your identity, protect your beneficiaries, and protect your independence, because we're most vulnerable to those whom we give our acceptance.